just going to read the poems because I don't have a lot of time. So the first one is called Checking In. It used to be that if you wanted to work at KFC, you went in, sat down, and the manager would meet with you and hire your ass. Now you have to go in, fill out an application, wait to see if they call you, get a drug test, go in again and take an online personality test, subject yourself to as much ass kissing as you can manage, try to explain why you're applying to work at a KFC even though you have a master's degree, and just grin and bear it, hoping in your humiliation that an effing KFC manager will hire you so you can fry some chicken. This is what we have gotten to. Expensive college degrees might help you, but they might not help you either. So you have to work somewhere. That's how people get stuck working as managers at Taco Bell with a BA in Russian Lit. Because we were promised that if we went to college, it would all be okay. Well, here everyone is, the most college-educated group of 30-year-olds and plus we've had so far. And where do we work? The KFC. And I have a feeling that if CEOs could figure out a way to send that job to India as well, they would. And then what would we do? Only so many people can work at Kmart. I'm glad that it's before 10 p.m. because this next poem is called Jesus Comes Back as a 2012 Right-Wing Republican. In the castle on the hill, behind a hand-built stone wall, with an iron wrought fence and a deep driveway, lives a man. The man has been divorced 3 times, but currently lives with a mask of a woman, her face hidden away by cake makeup, her figure drawn tightly with a corset. There are days, she admits, that breathing is difficult. The man has 4 vehicles, a Porsche, an Audi, a Range Rover, and a Mercedes. The man was thinking about sponsoring a Little League team, but decided against it. Someone else will do it, he figured. The man goes to church every Sunday and is always quick to put $1 in the coffer's pan when it swings past him, a tight smile on his lips. He looks disdainfully at a less wealthy family to his left. They put in $20 and he nods, eyes creasing in a forced grimace at the small child sitting with them. The man runs a multi-million-dollar corporation during the week. He puts in his 35.5 hours in his corner office suite that overlooks the city. He smokes a cigar and ponders the state of things between rare meetings. Oh, but he thinks of great things. Oh, how he wants the poor to burn and toil. All must love him and despair, he thinks, smiling. He stands looking out the window and contemplates the little ant people he sees in the streets below. He sees them running about frantically, working to bring food back to their nests. He sees the homeless people and wishes he could shoot them with his rifle. He thinks of his wife's niece, a 15-year-old girl who was recently raped and made pregnant. He thinks about it as he draws a deep breath on that $100 cigar. When his wife came to him, eyes wet, wanting to ask him for some money to give her, to take care of things quietly, he agreed. Give her $100 towards it, he said. Let her struggle a bit to round up the rest. Let this be a lesson to her. His wife nodded and left to write a check out for the whole amount. The man thinks of the interns he will pay to go throw pig's blood on her when she goes to the clinic to have it done. The man must keep up appearances at all costs. The man invites his secretary into the office. He quickly has sex with her and then sends her away. Life, he thinks, is his to control. He is untouchable and he is good with God. Wealth must do as wealth must, he thinks, as he buttons his pants again and takes his place, looking out the window. Jesus Comes Back as a 2012 right-wing Republican. You gotta read the depressing stuff to get to the good stuff. Now, I'm not claiming to be the first ever white fat girl rapper, but but I'm gonna try it. This is called Drop Intelligence Like It's Hot. Pull out the clip and start shooting. Shoot the words and your art from the hip like you're doing. Then quit, stop, back it up. Push your glasses up your nose, send your love to the ceiling. Nobody can think the way you do. So bust out your pen, grab a sheet, and start schooling. Put out your best verse before you end up in a hearse. Work your rhyming careful, now they're drooling. Drop, 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 drop it like it's hot. A filled notebook, you rock your art to the top. Nobody can write the way you do. So keep pushing and fighting to figure out the real you. Drop, 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 drop it like it's hot. Intelligence is key, so keep giving what you got. I'm glad I win your approval of my first ever rap debut. This is my last one. It's called Souls Are Not for Crushing. Try as you might with fists or mean words or threats or politics or gossip or kicking. Try how you will, souls are not for crushing. You can try to squeeze one in your hand. You can try to force out the spark from someone's eyes. You can try for years to mold it, shape it, own it, yell at it, kill it, but you can't. The only soul you have is yours. You can make a soul by sex, but even then it's its own entity. You may be a warden over it until it can be for itself, but it is not your soul to crush. Souls are not for crushing. Souls are for lifting up, for sharing, loving, for believing in, for promoting worlds to promising, for dreaming, for striving, for greatness. Souls are not for crushing. Think it through.